Is shipping as stressful for you as it was for me? I was at my wit's end, so I fixed it. In today's video, we're going to be talking about some small changes that I have made to my shipping and prep station to help my eBay business run a little bit smoother. Plus, everything I've listed and everything I've sold for the last 7 days. After getting back into eBay reselling, I was faced with a mountain of inventory. Shipping a package looked something like this. Oh my God. Honey, have you seen my scissors? Tape measure. Ha! Yeah, it sucked. So far, I've reduced my inventory by 90%. I've set my non-negotiable sourcing rules so that I'm bringing home inventory and not problems. Plus, I've set myself some small, realistic, attainable weekly goals. Now it's time for me to dig into my workflow to make sure that the whole process runs smoothly and with as little irritation as possible. During the next 3 weeks, I'm going to be working to fix the friction points in my shipping station, my photography station, and my desk area. Today, I'm focusing on my shipping station. Before, this whole area was a wreck. There were all kinds of things in there that did not need to be in there and had nothing to do with shipping. I had never once sat down and carefully planned out exactly what I needed to have and where it needed to be. Now, everything has a home. Everything that I need is within arm's reach. I can sit down and pack a package in a couple of minutes flat. No more loose tape rolls bouncing halfway across the room. I've got a place to put all that weird stuff I don't know what to do with. Here's my prep basket. I can just grab it off the shelf, go prep everything I need to prep, and put it right back where it was. My poly bags and my mailers go in these 2 boxes that I made because I couldn't find bins that did exactly what I wanted them to do. Now I can just reach in, pull one out, and I don't have 10 bags falling on the floor. And it was free. My everyday shipping tools right where I need them. And my papers, those things always fell on the floor when I tried to pull some out to pack a hard good. I'm very happy with the way this turned out. Here's what shipping a package looks like now. I'm not telling anybody how they should set up their shipping station. This is what works for me. This size poly bag and this size poly mailer will cover 80 to 90% of anything that I'm going to ship. I have boxes here if I have a hard good that I need to box, and if I have something that I need a special size for, I do have backup boxes in my storage area. I don't need them in my main shipping area because they just add to the clutter. For the bulk of what I do, everything that's in this shipping station is what I need on a regular daily basis. And now everything I listed and everything I sold this week. I did manage to meet my goal this week and list all 10 items. I didn't do any sourcing this week, so all 10 things that I listed came from my death pile. And I would also mention that all 10 of these items have been featured in a death pile tote unboxing video previously. Don't ask me which ones came from which because I don't know. First item I listed was this Woolrich herringbone wool blend snap front shacket. Unfortunately, when I was listing it, one of the snaps came off. I went ahead and listed it, but I had to adjust the price accordingly. I did mention it in the listing. It sold within 24 hours. I shipped it out, and I got notice today that they want to return it for no fit, but that's okay because there's already a listing. I'll just relist it as soon as it comes back in. Returns happen. There's really not a lot we can do about it. The next thing I listed was this North Face coat. This is something else that's been around for a while. It's a down-filled jacket in excellent condition. Next thing I listed was this Patagonia men's chinchilla fleece pullover. It's the right time of year to be listing this kind of thing. The next items I put up were these Halloween candles. I should have probably listed them a month ago, but you know, it is what it is. I also listed another pair of Sass shoes. I went ahead and listed this 1849 ranch wear shirt. I mentioned when I pulled that out of my death pile box that I wasn't sure I was willing to go through what I'd have to go through to get it ready. It needed serious amounts of ironing and steaming, but I did it and I got it listed. The next item up is this Notre Dame pullover coat. Perfect time of year to sell this. Fingers crossed it sells quickly. I also listed this J. Jill skirt. I don't think this thing is going to sell awfully quickly, if at all, but it's in my death pile. I didn't purge it when I did the Great Purge, so I'm going to go ahead and list it, cross my fingers, and hope it sells. The next item I listed was this Budweiser bottle opener hat. I remember when I originally got this, I bought a bunch of these things from Walmart. They had them on clearance for $1 a piece. I sold all the rest of them. This was the only one lingering. At the time when I originally had these listed, I sold all of the hats that I had for like $25 free shipping. And back then shipping was a lot cheaper than it is now. This was the only one I had left, and it's just kind of been sitting around. They're not bringing what they used to, and they're not selling as well either. But again, it was in my death pile, so I went ahead and listed it. Last thing I listed was this vintage new old stock Detroit Pistons hat. I think there must have been some kind of market flooding going on because there is a lot of these out there. I don't expect this one to sell very quickly either, but it's listed. It's definitely not going to get sold if it's sitting in my death pile. So that's everything I listed this week. Now, everything I sold. The first thing I sold was a pair of Judy Blue slim fit crop denim jeans. I've had them a while, they've been listed a while, and they finally sold. Here's something else that I had listed for quite a while, and it finally sold, was this red Adidas jacket. You know that North Face coat I mentioned that I listed this week? It sold the next day. And the Woolrich shacket, which I've already told you sold and is on its way back to me right now. The Patagonia chinchilla men's fleece pullover, I sold that too. I also sold the lot of felt vintage pennants. I still have the Notre Dame pennant left and the 2 prison pennants, which, like I was saying, I'm probably going to have to go down on my price, and I will sooner or later, but for now, I'm going to leave them right where they're at. And the very last item I sold is another item that I've had listed for quite a while, and it's this Torrid Outlander plaid skirt. So that's everything I listed and everything I sold. No sourcing this week, but I got big plans for next week. And if you're still here, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.